Okay, it's 6:30. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on what time zone you've decided to watch this from. And yes, there was a time change, so I don't know about you, but I'm still 1 hour behind as we sprung ahead in the spring here. Anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our yoga, our weekly class. There's a couple more classes that we'll be doing for the month of March, and then I'm going to see what's happening then. So I won't declare anything after the end of the month. We'll just see. Maybe the weather's going to be nice enough we could even consider getting outside, but we'll see to that. Keep in mind, please, that I do post these classes onto my YouTube channel, and you can find that YouTube channel. You can send me a note and I'd happily send you a link to it. Or if you go into YouTube, just simply type, search for Dan's Yoga, and I use an apostrophe, Dan's Yoga. So you'd find classes there. So if this one virtual hour a week is not enough, and I hope it's not, I hope you're finding your way to the mat more than just once a week, that you can take a look there. Also, I will be doing a meditation workshop this Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. So if you have an interest to attend, I welcome you just again to send me a note that you would like to show up, and I will happily send you out a link. It's no charge. We practice meditation. I also talk about sort of some of the science of meditation. We work through 3 or 4 different styles of meditation in the hour and 15 minutes or thereabouts that it is. So if you'd like to attend, I encourage you to do so. Okay, we're going to begin our class in child's pose this evening. So I invite you to come to hands and knees, spread your knees nice and wide, let your big toes touch behind you, bring your hips back towards your heels, guide your hips down towards your heels. Keep those arms extended out, and keep your hands about shoulder width apart or even as wide as your mat. And then just a little pressure pushing into the hands to enable you to push your hips maybe a little further back and a little closer to the earth. So find yourself in your small little cave that you've created. Just welcome yourself to your mat. Congratulate yourself on the time that you are giving yourself for self-care. And here you are. You're going to, of course, be feeling your body, by all means, small movements of getting yourself comfortable into the pose. Forehead is going to be resting on something. So some of us are not able to get the forehead all the way down. So you make yourself a pillow. Use a block, use a blanket, cross your hands, anything, and then just rest your head down. Start to let your heart be melting towards the floor. Starting to make a connection to the breath now. So again, we're just breathing in and out through the nose. And all I would ask is you just bring some awareness now to your breath. Just feel yourself breathing, recognizing that this is our life force. This is what sustains our life. So become interested in yourself breathing for a moment. As soon as we bring attention to the breath sort of does a little change. It naturally becomes a little deeper, and the body intuitively starts drawing the breath deeper into the body. And we find that on the exhalations become more complete. We're always wanting to, again, allow all of the air that is inside us to be released. So you're deepening your breath here a little bit, just naturally, and you're going to try to now listen and hear your breath. So just start to become audible with your breathing and feel this breath come to become friendly with this rhythm of your breath. Notice if you're, again, clenching or holding in any way, and you can just kind of relax from there. And we're going to sort of move now in this audible breath to an Ujjayi breath. So again, reminiscent of the sound of the ocean and the waves washing up onto shore and being drawn back out into the sea. So a slight constriction in the throat. Continue to breathe in and out through the nose. Establish this lovely rhythm. Become comfortable with the sound of your breath. Walk your fingertips just a little bit further and outwards just a little bit more. And again, pushing into those fingertips and seeing if you can slide the hips back a little bit more. And we're going to move to a side stretch here by walking our hands, both hands over to the right side of your mat. And as you walk them to the right, just simply notice when you're feeling a stretch along the left side of your body. So looking through the rib cage, from the hip really to the pinky finger of that left hand, just finding yourself stretching and now breathing along that left side, breathing into the intercostal muscles. And we're going to walk our hands back to center now and then take that trip with our hands now over to your left side. And again, just keep walking, finger walking the hands over until you can feel the stretch now on the right side of your body. The tendency, of course, the right hip lifts slightly for us to get further and further to the left. And again, we want to keep our hips relatively parallel to the earth. So don't let that right hip come up. Again, breathing along right side body. And it's though you're feeling the stretch from the hip to the pinky finger on the right hand. All right, I'm going to have you walk your hands back to center. Again, hands are spread nice and wide. Shoulder hips apart. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, like you're grabbing hands of sand at the beach, reach down with the hands and pull yourself up and bring yourself up into a tabletop position. We're going to take our hands underneath our shoulders, spread the fingers wide. Walk our knees back so they're underneath the hips. And then pull the belly up towards the spine. Take the chin away from the chest and send the tailbone straight behind you. Take an inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Pull the belly up to the spine, round the back, tuck your tail down. Bring the chin to the chest. And then breathing in. Let the belly fall towards the earth. Bring your chest forward between the arms. Lift your chin up nice and high. Extend the tailbone high. And then exhale into the cat pose. So move through these two poses now, just moving with your own breath. Inhale, cow belly. And exhale, cat pose. Just close your eyes. Really connect to the feelings inside your body. Noticing the spine. Noticing the pelvis. Noticing on how the chin travels, carving up to the sky and then returning back to tuck to the chest. Take another couple of breaths here. Continue breathing, but just start to become a little bit organic, a little intuitive now with your cat and cow. Start to shift your hips from side to side. Maybe making little circles with the midsection of your body, bringing the weight forward and then back. Taking a peek over your right shoulder as you send the hips to the right. Peeking over your left shoulder, send your hips to the left. Coming all the way back down to child's pose, bring your hips low. And then inhale, come all the way forward. And drop your hips between your wrists. Pull your shoulders back. Lift your heart up. Let's come back to our tabletop. Reestablish a strong tabletop. Push down with your hands. Activate through the shoulders. Now push down through the tops of your feet. Inhale here. On your exhale, push into the hands, push into the tops of the feet. Hover your knees 2 inches from the floor. Let's engage our core here for a moment. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and exhale 1. Bring it all back down. Go ahead, move your body around, release any tension. Curl your toes under, and then we're just going to walk our hands back to come standing on our heels. Come to stand on your heels. We're going to make sure all those toes are joining the party here. And just come into ourselves sitting, if you will, on the heels, relaxing the shoulders. Your hands can just rest comfortably on the thighs for a moment. Connect to your breath. Find, again, Ujjayi breath. Relax through the shoulders. Gentle squeeze of shoulder blades. Pull the belly back towards the spine. Really feeling it in the toes here. Okay, nice. Let's bring our hands back down to the mat. Release your feet and just tap your feet on the earth behind you. Tap, tap, tap. And then let's move up into downward facing dog. So curl your toes under. Draw the belly up towards the spine. Tip your tail up and then exhale. Start lifting your hips up towards the sky. Now go ahead, take your dog out for that little bit of a walk. Doing some deep knee bends, straightening the other leg. Pushing the heels towards the mat, spreading the fingers wide, making sure that wrist crease is somewhat parallel to the earth. Drop your head between the shoulders. Feel as though the upper arms are reaching up towards the sky. Lift your hips high. Keep a soft bend in the knees here and push your heels down. On your next inhale, you're going to lift your head up, look forward, bend your knees. You're going to just take little wee steps and walk your feet up in between your hands. You'll be in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Bring your feet right together or keep your feet hip-width apart. That's your call. Now let your head be heavy here. Take your gaze between your knees. Gently, gently rock your head, shake your head yes or no. You might reach for opposite elbows, and then again, just gently move your whole body from side to side, backwards and forwards. Let your hips lift, and let your knees bend. Let's bring our fingers down onto the mat again. We're going to take a walk with our hands over to the right side of the mat. Grab a hold of that ankle with your left hand. Keep your knees bent. Inhale, bring your right arm up to the sky. You're going to look up to that right hand. Right hand returns to the mat. Now we're going to take a walk with our hands back to center and then keep going all the way over to the left side. Grab a hold of that left ankle with the right hand. And when you're ready, inhale, we're going to bring that left arm up. Look up towards that left hand. And on your exhale, let's bring that hand down to the mat. Head is heavy. Now bring your chin to the chest and then very slowly start to unravel, coming up into standing pose, Tadasana. Take your time. Enjoy the journey. Let your shoulders come up and over the ears. We'll present our palms of the hands forward, shoulders back. Belly draws in and up. Lift your toes up. Feel the feet rooting into the earth, and then just let your toes rest. Draw up from the inner arches of the feet up into the knees. Tuck your tail down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your chin up. Get taller, just a little taller through the crown of the head. Find your breath and breathe here. Allow a softness into the knees, and on an inhale, we're going to sweep our arms down and then up. Reaching to the sky, dropping the shoulders down, drawing the belly in, letting the heart lift, and for just a moment, lift the chin. Spread your fingers nice and wide here. Look up, reach up, and now bring your palms together, and we'll use the exhale, just bring the hands down to the heart. Arms rest alongside the body, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, scoop your arms up. Palms come together. Exhale down to the heart. Arms alongside the body, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep them up. Gathering energy, exhale, hands to heart. Arms alongside. Palms come together, interlace the fingers, release the pointer fingers, let your shoulders soften, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale for length, look straight ahead. On your exhale, we're going to lean over to the right, so our left hip is going to slide left. We're going to use right hand to pull left hand. You're going to stretch along left side body, knit together the lower ribs. Turn your head to look under the left bicep. And lunge a little deeper. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Soft bend in the knees again. Inhale, sweep them up. Palms come together, interlace the fingers, drop your shoulders down, release the pointer fingers. Inhale for length. Exhale, leaning to the left, right hip slides over. Breathing in, finding length. Breathing out and going a little deeper. Gently turn the head so the chin is looking under the right bicep. Slide the right hip over a little bit further. And inhale, come all the way back up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, forward fold, coming all the way down, all the way down. Fingers touch the earth. Head is heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Push into the shins with the hands. Lengthen the spine. Chin away from chest. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pull the belly up towards the spine. Extend your tailbone back. And exhale, give up the work and forward fold. Let's do that again. Inhale. Find your halfway lift. Invite something new into your life. And exhale, let go of something old. Bring your arms forward and up. Come up to stand, inhale. Take the arms right up and over your head as you reach up, stretch up and look up. Let the palms come together and exhale, bring them down to your heart. Soft bend in the knees, release your hands down and inhale, sweep your arms up. Palms come together, interlace the fingers, drop your shoulders down, inhale. Exhale, let's lean to the right. Inhale, back up to center. And exhale, let's lean to the left. Inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, forward fold. Come all the way down. Halfway lift. This time, hands on thighs above the knees. Elbows alongside body. Squeeze them together. Find that flat back. Chin away from chest. Weight is in the heels. Lift your toes up for a second. Root down through the four corners of your feet. And as you exhale here, release your fingers to the floor. Drop your head. Look between your knees. Sweep your arms forward and up. Inhale. Rise up. Reach up. Look up. Bring your palms together and forward fold. Come all the way down. Halfway lift. Any one of those two versions. And exhale, fold, bend your knees, put your hands on the mat, step the right foot back, and wiggle that right toe further and further back. We're going to lower the right knee down. We want to make sure that we have that right knee well behind the right hip. Keep your fingers on the floor. Square your hips. Don't dump your body weight into the hands. Use the strength of your core to hold you up. Now bring your hands up onto that left thigh, interlace the fingers. Use this bus stop here to square your hips. Tuck your tail down. When you're ready, you're going to reach your arms forward and up. Drop your shoulders down. Let's hook our thumbs together. Right thumb on top of left. Shoulders are down. Belly pulls in. Heart lifts. Take the hands back. Lift your heart up. And bring the palms together. Slide them down to your heart. Frame that front foot. Curl the back toe under and lift the knee. Keep your right hand rooted. Simple twist. We're going to turn to the left. Bring our left hand up and find a twist. On your exhale, bring that hand back down. Step the left foot back, high plank. Hold the plank for a moment. So establishing a strong, hard plank. Push down firmly with your hands. Try to find space between the shoulder blades. Let the belly lift up towards the spine. Aggressively push the heels back as you lengthen through the crown of the head. Let's use our inhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, down dog. Push your heels down, lift your hips up. Let your head fall between the hands. Breathe in, look up between your hands, bend your knees, take little wee steps, walk your feet up in between the hands. Forward fold, Uttanasana, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Breathe in as you rise up. Palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart. Touch the center of your heart now with your thumbs. Dip your head down. Find a stretch in the back of the neck. Let your breath touch your fingertips here. Release arms alongside your body. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, forward fold, any way you like. Down you come. Halfway lift, use one of those to lengthen the spine, pull the belly in. Exhale, fold. Hands on the mat, knees are bent. Let's send that left leg back now, left leg back. Wiggle the toes so far back that the heel is above the toe, and then when you get there, drop the left knee down. Again, don't bring the weight into the body. Try to hold yourself up. Square your hips. We're trying to pull that right hip crease back, gently pulling the left hip forward. Now let's find our hands up on that thigh of the right leg. Bring your hands up. Square your hips. Tuck your tail down. Gently push your hips forward. Shoulders on top of hips here. Reach your arms forward. Place your left thumb on top of your right and reach your arms up. When your arms come up, drop your shoulders down. Engage through the shoulder blades. Tuck your tail down in. Lift your belly up towards your heart. Let your heart lift up towards your hands. Bring the palms together, slide them down to your heart. Fingertips frame your front foot. Left toes curl under. Keep the weight in your left hand, twist to the right. Inhale, right arm reaches to the right and up. And we turn our torso to look up to that right hand. Inhale for length, exhale to twist. Right hand to the mat. Send your right foot back, high plank. Hold your plank. I invite you to come down onto your elbows, one elbow at a time for a low plank elbow. Body is still lifting off the ground. You know that you can come down to your shoulders or down to your knees at any time. We're going to hold here for about 30 seconds, really engaging the core. Keep your crown of the head extending. Keep your heels extended. Feel the levitation in the belly section. Pull that belly up. Breathe. Find your Ujjayi breath. The Ujjayi breath will hold you and carry you, support you in this challenging pose. We've got about 10 more seconds. You guys are doing really, really well. This is 5. This is 4, 3, 2, and lower all the way down. Uncurl your toes. Bring your right cheek down. Rest your arms alongside body. Looking to the left. Feeling the heart beating. Feeling the depth and the texture and the richness of your breath. Now let's get that left cheek on the mat. So inhale to your chin and then exhale looking to the right. Really nice. Breathing. Recuperating from that hard flow. Now let's bring our hands back underneath our shoulders. Bring your chin onto the mat. Feet together. Push down on the tops of your feet. A baby cobra, so chin to chest, inhale. Lift your head and shoulders up. Think about no wrinkle in the back of the neck. So we're not trying to lift the head up. We're lifting the whole upper torso up by engaging from the lower back. Exhale, bring everything down. Let's do that again, guys. Inhale, come up again, maybe a little higher. Exhale here, lower down. Last one, guys. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. Push yourself up into your hands and knees. Curl your toes under and lift yourself back up into your downward facing dog. Walk your dog out. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg, push the heel to the ground. Look up towards your hands, bend your knees, and travel to the top of the mat in a forward fold. Hands come to shins, halfway lift, neutralizing the spine, letting go of any residual energy that's laying there. And exhale, forward fold. Let's just bring our hands up onto our hips. Point your elbows up. Squeeze those elbows together. With a flat back, come up halfway. Stay here, take a breath. And now inhale, come the rest of the way up. Let's bring the weight of our body into the left foot, and we're just going to lift up the right knee. Soft bend in the standing leg. Flex the toes of the lifted foot. You're going to straighten the leg, extend it out. See if you can lift it a little higher. Keep your hips square. Lift the foot a little higher. Keep the hips square. Push through the heel. One more breath. And let's return that foot to the earth. Move the weight of the body into that right foot. Lift the left heel. When you're ready, that left leg is going to elevate again. We're going to lift that left knee right up as high as the left hip. Notice the soft bend in the standing leg. Flex the left toes. Now straighten that left leg. Inhale, lift the leg up a little higher. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, lift it up a little higher. Stay for the exhale. One more time. Lift the leg a little higher. And now we'll bend the leg and we'll turn our feet back to the ground. Shoulder roll. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Inhale. Let's sweep our arms forward. And on your exhale, forward fold. Rain it all down. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. Bend your knees. Step the right foot back. Lower the right knee down. Inhale. We're going to bring our arms all the way up here. Drop your shoulders down. Grabbing a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Breathe in. And on your exhale, let's lean over to the left. So use that left hand to pull the right. Scissor those thighs together and hold it in place. Now come on back up to center. And bring your hands down to the mat. Now, bring your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Pivot on your right knee and bring your right foot to the left side of the mat. On an inhale, take your right arm up to the sky. Look up towards your right hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Another inhale, reach up. On your exhale, let's bring it down. Bring your right foot again behind you, pivoting on the knee. Heel toe your left foot out to the left edge of the mat. Look forward Walk your hands forward, come down onto your elbows for lizard pose or gecko. Roll up onto the baby toe edge of the left foot. Look forward slightly, bring your heart forward. Try to keep your hips square to one another. And let your hips melt towards the earth. Breathing here, letting gravity do the work. Just stay like this for, if you wish, you want to engage a little more, curl the right toes under and lift the right knee up. So that right leg is held right up. You may find it feels better, as Judy says. That feels better. The hips don't sink quite as hard, or they sink in a different way. All right, let's lower the right knee down. We're going to push into our hands, lifting the torso and walk our hands back towards our body. Let's bring the left foot back, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Hips lift high, head falls low, heels aching to touch the earth. Walking it out, moving it around. Look up towards the top of the mat as you breathe in. Bend your knees with no breath in the body. Step, walk, or hop your feet in between your hands. Inhale here, just a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Sweep your arms forward and up. Inhale. And on your exhale, forward fold, bring it all back down. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Step back with your left foot. Wiggle those toes further and further back. And drop the left knee to the mat. Square your hips, tuck your tail down. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Drop your shoulders down. Taking the right hand, grabbing the left wrist this time. Right hand grabbing left wrist. Breathe in for length. And then exhale, we're going to scissor the thighs as we lean over to the right. Stretching along left side body. Really nice. Breathing in, breathing out. Coming back to center. Bringing our hands down to the mat. The right hand now comes to the inside of the right foot. Bring your left foot to the right side of your mat by pivoting on the left knee. Pushing down into the right hand, inhale, lift the left arm up. Use that right arm as leverage against the right thigh to twist the torso. We're here for one more breath. Bring that left hand back down. Bring that left foot again behind you. Heel toe the right foot out to the edge of the mat. Point your right toes to about 2 o'clock. As you look forward, walk your hands forward. You're slowly going to lower yourself down to the elbows if that's available. And if not, you're going to use a block. Maybe you're going to stay up on your hands. We're just going to let our hips melt towards the earth. Keep our heart coming forward, looking forward slightly. And breathing here. And again, that option is available. We can curl the left toes under and then lift up that left knee. A little bit stronger pose. Breathing here. Beautiful, beautiful work, everyone. And then go ahead, you're gently going to lower that knee, and we're going to step that right foot all the way back. And again, curl the toes under. When you're ready, lift your hips and find downward facing dog. And we'll use down dog to just simply recover from the pose. So do whatever movements you need here to just figure it out. And then looking forward, bending your knees, stepping, walking, or even hopping your feet up in between your hands. Head is heavy, knees are softly bent. Now let's walk our feet together so the big toes are touching and the heels are slightly apart. Bring the weight back towards your heels. Keep your knees really bent and then bring your arms up, keeping your hips low as you find your chair pose, Utkatasana. Arms are straight, reach them up. Lift up your toes for a moment. Convince yourself your weight is back into the heels. We're going to take this into a twist, hand to heart. On an inhale, lengthen the spine. Twisting to the right, the left elbow will come to the outside of the right knee or thigh. Now watch that left knee. It wants to sneak out in front of you and rob you of the twist that you're trying to create. Keep your shoulders higher than your hips. Take another breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Gently, carefully, come on back to center. Let's stand all the way up. Plug your hands into the sky. Now interlace the fingers, release the pointer fingers, look straight ahead, drop your shoulders down. Looking for a back bend here. Let the heart lift up. Keep your biceps by your ears. So you're lifting and leaning back from the upper part of the heart. Weight is in the heels, maybe you lift your toes. And then bring the gaze forward as your hands come forward and come on, bring them back down to your heart. Take a breath in and a breath out. Toes together, heels apart. Inhale. On your exhale, find that chair pose. Come on down. Bring the weight back. Now inhale, lean forward slightly. And then exhale, we're twisting to the left. So the right elbow comes across this time. Left elbow points to the sky. You're pushing firmly in the left hand into the right hand, trying to draw right side body underneath you, turning the heart to face up to the sky. Watching that right knee, keeping it back from coming forward, stealing the twist from you. Here's your inhale, lengthen. Your exhale is to twist. Come on back to center. Hands to the floor. Drop your head. Now we're going to heel toe our feet just about hip width apart here. We're going to take our peace fingers and we're going to grab a hold of the big toe. So with your palms facing one another, slide those peace fingers between the big toe and next, and then grab a hold of that big toe. Drop your head, look between your knees. On your inhale, tip your tailbone up. On your exhale, elbows going wide, pull down to get your head lower. Move with your breath. Inhale, you lift up, tip your tail up. Exhale, pull down. One more time like that. Inhale. And exhale. Release whatever you're holding on to. Hands come up onto the shins, halfway lift. Hands come to hips. Squeeze the elbows together, and we come the rest of the way up. Bring your feet together. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands back to heart. Let's bring our hands onto our hips. We'll step back into warrior one. So step the right foot back about 3 feet. And again, our feet are, think of 2 train tracks and not a tightrope. We want to be able to square our hips to the front of the mat. So the right hand is pushing the right hip forward, left hand drawing the left hip back. Now bend into that left knee. Push down into the outer side of that right foot. Engage that right thigh. Pull the belly in, and let's bring our arms up. Let's bring our arms up. Drop your shoulders down. Lift your heart up. Take your left hand, grab a hold of the right wrist, breathe in. And then exhale, we're going to lean over to the left. Bring yourself back up. Let's release our hands, interlace them behind the back. Roll your shoulders up and back, and then push the fist towards the back heel. Keep your hips square to the front of the mat. Let your heart lift up, look up. On your exhale, bring your left shoulder to the inside of that left knee or thigh. Breathe in here. Breathe out and go a little lower. One more breath in, and see if you can go a little lower. Now let's inhale. We're going to come all the way back up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Heel toe that right foot a little further back. Lunge into the left knee. Turn both palms up and turn both palms down. Inhale, let's reach forward and then find your peaceful warrior. The right hand rests on the back leg. Bring the left hand up and over the head. Breathing in here and breathing out. Walk the right hand down the leg a little bit more. And then inhale, let's make our way back to warrior two. And stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Place your left elbow on the thigh and take your right arm up and over your head. Draw that right shoulder blade towards the left shoulder blade. Option here with left hand, you can reach the left fingers towards the floor. You might consider bringing the left arm up so that they're parallel to each other, supporting the body using the strength of your core. Take one more breath here. And then let's inhale, bring ourselves back to warrior two. Let's bring your hands to our hips for a second. Turn the left toes to face the right side of your mat. Now heel toe your feet in just an inch or two. Now turn your toes out. Bend into your knees. Keep your shoulders above your hips. Reach your arms up. Eagle pose with the arms, right arm under left. Twist, tie those arms up together. Elbows lift high. Hips sit low. Lift up an inch. Sit down 2. Lift up an inch. Sit down 2. Release the bind with the hands. Reach up. And bring your hands down to your heart. Let's straighten our legs. We're going to heel toe our feet together. And we'll meet in the middle of the mat. Hands on your hips. Push into your right foot. Lift up the left knee. Take that left knee out to the left side of the mat. Place the foot against the inner side, inside of the right leg. When you find your balance, arms are going to reach up. Tree pose, Virkasana. Shoulders drop down. Eyes are steady. Soft bend in the standing leg. Bring our hands down to our heart. Hands onto the hips. Bring that knee forward. Place the foot on the mat. Take a step to the top of the mat. Bend your knee. Step the left foot back. Warrior one. Bend into that right knee. Square your hips. Don't let the knee go beyond the ankle of that right foot. Right hip back, left hip forward. Belly pulls in, tail tucks down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Drop your shoulders down. Lift your heart up, take your gaze up, look up for a moment. Right hand is going to grab left wrist. Look straight ahead, breathe in. As you scissor the thighs together, you're going to lean yourself over to the right, using the right hand to pull the left hand, stretching across left side body. Take another breath. And then release the wrist. Find warrior two. Right hand forward, left hand back. We're now lunging into that right knee. I turn the palms up just to get the shoulders correct in this pose, and then just bring them back down. Feel as the outside of your left foot rooting down into the earth to really activate that left hamstring. Turn the right palm to the sky. Inhale, reach forward, create length here. Keep that length, and then exhale, paint the sky with your right fingertips. Let your left hand just walk down that left leg. Breathing long right side body. Beautiful, beautiful pose. Take another breath in. Stay for the exhale. And let's inhale, come back to our warrior two. Exhale, lunge. Turn the palms, thumbs are up. Inhale, reach forward. Extended side angle, elbow to thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. And we're going to corkscrew our body. Bring your right side body underneath us towards the left side of your mat. turning the chest to face up. Option, right fingers work towards the floor. Option, right bicep, left bicep, framing the head, both arms extended forward. Take another breath here. And let's inhale, we're gonna come back up. Exhale, lunge. Hands to hips, we're gonna straighten that right leg. Turn all your toes to face the left side. Just heel toe your feet in a step, and then turn your toes to face out. With your hands on your hips, start dropping your hips down, keeping your shoulders above your hips. Let's take our left arm this time under the right. Lift the elbows up at shoulder height. Reach for opposite shoulders if you can't do the bind. Sit down a little lower. Maybe lift your toes up here for a second and then let the toes rest. Elbows lift higher. Hips go lower. One more breath in. One more breath out. Let's release the arms. Inhale. Sweep them up, straighten your legs. And we'll just heel toe our feet in. Bring your hands down to your hips. Turn to face the top of your mat. Push into your left foot. Let's lift the right heel. And when you're ready, we're going to lift that right knee up as high as our hips. And turn that right knee out to the right side of the mat. And again, placing the foot against the inner side of the left leg. Now, your toe can rest right on the floor. Don't worry about it. It's about opening the hip here. Hands to heart. Option, arms come up. Every time the arms come up, the shoulders come down. Keep your eyes steady on one spot. Breathing in and breathing out. Relax. You got this, guys. Bring our hands down to the heart. Hands on hips. Knee comes forward. Foot is released. Let's bring our feet out as wide as the mat. Turn your toes out. Bring your hands to your heart again. And then coming down into a yoga squat, we're going to lower ourselves down, all the way down, one elbow at a time. We're going to bring those elbows to the inside of the thighs. Jessica's loving this one. Bring your thumbs towards your heart. Try to keep your spine long as you sit your hips a little bit lower. Oh, yeah. We'll bring our left hand down to the inside of the left thigh. We're going to bring the right arm up and look towards the right hand. Let's bring the right hand down, place it to the inside of the right thigh, and then now reach the left arm up and look up into your left hand. Bring that left hand down. Bring your hands behind you and just gently lower onto the seat. Let's bring the legs out long. Take a moment and just pull away any fleshy stuff from under the seat so you can feel yourself rooted. And then sweep your arms up. Imagine you're holding a big beach ball here, and we're going to pass that beach ball to someone in front of us. So as you hinge forward, reach forward. Let your hands land on what they might. Maybe it's your knees tonight. Maybe your shins. Maybe you can grab a hold of the feet. Maybe the ankles. Go ahead and just drop your head. Just drop your head and round the spine. Breathe in here. Find some heaviness in the front and side of the body. You're not pulling with the hands. You're letting gravity do the work here. Allowing yourself, again, to just be where you are and be okay with that. We're not trying to get anywhere. Not striving here, just allowing the body to naturally open. Bring the chin to your chest. Slowly start to curl yourself forward. We're going to spread the legs a little wider here. Invite you to bring your right foot to the inner thigh of the left leg. The left arm is either going to rest in front of the leg, and if that's not available, just on top of the leg. Right hand on your right hip. You're going to take your chin and look up over the right shoulder. You're already going to feel a twist. That left arm is keeping that left leg long, and you're using this as leverage to look up and create a twist in the body. Option now to reach the right hand up, furthering that twist, bending the right elbow, bringing the hand behind the head, continuing to open the heart to the right side and up. Breathing in here, staying for the exhale, twisting the body. So good for the digestive organs, so good for the spine, so very good for our whole body. Slowly release the pose. Let's take our arms up to the sky. Look at that left foot, and then forward fold. You're coming over the left leg. See if you can come down and kiss that left knee. Release whatever you're holding on to. We're going to walk our hands back up towards the body. Take your right hand behind you. Bring the left hand to the right side of your body. And now push into the right hand and come to stand on that right knee. Point your right toe. Lift your left arm up. Lift your chest towards the sky. Take your left hand over your head. Bring a smile to your face. And slowly release by lowering your hips back down. Really nice. Let's set that up on the other side. Right leg extends. Left foot to the inner thigh of that right leg. And it'll feel different on this side. Right hand, again, rests on top of leg or to the inner leg along the floor. Left hand on your hip. Keep that right leg strong. Push through the right heel. Slowly start turning the head to look up over the left shoulder. So there's our twist. You know, you don't have to go any further than this if you don't want to. Option again, left arm can reach up. Reaching up with the left arm. Using the right arm as leverage, bringing that right hip seemingly forward as we twist our chest up. Bend the left elbow, next option. Hand behind head. Keep looking up. Keep opening your heart to the sky. Find your breath. Breathe in for length. Breathe out to twist. Coming out of the pose slowly, release. Look to your right foot, breathe in, lift up your arms, and then exhale, reach beyond that right foot as you lower the body along the right leg. Coming out of the pose, again, walking the hands alongside the right leg, slowly coming to stand, sitting tall. Left hand behind the spine. Right hand to left side body. We use this to stand up on that left knee, point the right toes, and then that right arm reaches up. Turn your heart to reach up. Reach over your head with that right hand. Lift your heart, open your hips. Smile. Carefully, slowly lower down your hips. Place our feet on the floor. Knees are bent, arms reach forward. We're going to lower down onto our backs. One vertebra at a time. Bring the feet up close to the butt, setting up for bridge pose. Feet are about hip width apart.
Arms alongside body. Walk your shoulders underneath you. Start pushing into the feet, lifting your hips. Option here to take the hands underneath the buttocks, interlacing the fingers. As you start to lift your hips as high as you can. Imagine a block between the legs, so there's a feeling of squeezing the thighs together, simultaneously sending the knees away from you. Now see if you can lift the chest up towards your chin, and then lastly, take your chin up towards the sky. Coming out of this pose slowly, release your hands, and then slowly, like one vertebra at a time, one pearl of the necklace, slowly lowering back down. Walk your feet together, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open wide. You can place hands on inner thighs, you can put a hand on the belly and heart, and another lovely option is bringing the arms up and over the head, reaching for opposite elbows, and just simply settling and melting here. Breathing into the space, the openness that we've created in the lower body and that last sequence of poses, and relaxing. Now bring your hands to the outer thighs and you use the strength of your arms to gently draw the legs together. Take your arms out into a T shape, palms facing down. Push into your feet so your hips lift up just an inch or so, and slide your hips over to the right edge of your mat. Lower your hips down there. Bring the knees towards your chest, and then let them float to the left. When they land on the left side of your body, you can anchor them with that left hand, or if you don't need to, you don't have to. But now take your gaze and bring your right ear down towards the ground as you look to the right, looking towards that right hand. Finding the breath here, connecting to the breath, noticing where the inhale travels in the body, and noticing still with that exhale where it moves as you breathe. Again, the twists are so healthy for the digestive system. They engage the parasympathetic nervous system, allowing us to, again, to the idea of rest and relax. That's the opposite side of the sympathetic nervous system, the fight and flight side. Just breathing, experiencing the pose. Now we're going to come out of the pose to the other side. So first turn your head to look up. This is for safety. And then use an inhale. Let the knees float back up. Now we need to move our hips over to the other side. So lift your hips over, slide them to the left edge, pull the knees up to the chest, and then just let your legs float over to the right. We want that left hip to be stacked right on top of the right hip. And again, you may want to anchor the knees with your right hand. And then just take your head, turn your head and look towards the left hand. And again, as though we're listening with that left ear to the earth. Keeping the shoulder down. Noticing where the inhale again travels into the body. Where does it move? And then as you exhale, where do the sensations shift as you exhale? Noticing the next breath, they're all unique, they're all different, they all offer the unlimited possibilities of where the body might shift to, what sensations might be explored. And then come on back to center by looking up first, using your inhale. Let the legs float back up. Draw those knees into your chest, guys. Give yourself a hug. Nice little hug, and then let's move into happy baby for a moment. So just spread your knees wide, reach up between the knees and grab a hold of the inside soles of the feet. Your knees are really wide, so wide that if you're able to actually pull them down, the knees would land along the side of your body. Now you're kicking upwards, but using your arm strength pulling down. And this yin-yang of energy really creates a little bit of sway from side to side. So go ahead and play. And now let's just release our feet to the ground. Let your legs go long. Separate your feet maybe as wide as your mat. Let your toes flop open. Lift your hips just a tad and let the tailbone tuck underneath you. Push into your elbows a little bit. Lift the upper body. Slide the shoulder blades underneath your heart. Take your arms away from your body. Turn your palms up. Really symbolic of receiving here. And then tip your chin slightly towards your chest. Let's together take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth with a sigh. One more breath in. And sigh, let it go. Surrender to Shavasana. Simply let go. Notice the heaviness of the body just sinking into the mat. Be there with all of the sensations in your body right now from asana. Feel the tingling, maybe a trickle of sweat. Feel the heat. Feel the coolness. Feel the air touching your skin. Letting yourself get yet a little heavier into the earth. Just being a witness to what is happening on your mat. Let's begin to prepare our body to come out of Shavasana. So just begin to, again, just slowly start to deepen the breath again. And when you feel that enough energy has been created in the body, invite some small movements. Start with your fingers and your toes. Expand to little circles with the wrists and ankles. When you're ready, you're going to just gently draw your legs together. And we're going to take our arms again up and over the head and give ourselves a wake up stretch. Stretch yourself out nice and long. When you're ready again, invite the knees to the chest. Give yourself another little squeeze. This time a hug of gratitude and just thank your body, thank yourself for taking the time. Thank your body for all that hard work it's done. Go ahead, just let your feet land on the floor. Take your right arm over your head. Let's roll over onto the right side body. Just pausing momentarily and then bringing your left hand onto the mat. And we'll push ourselves up into an easy seat. Gathering the hands together at heart center. Again, just bowing the head. Just taking a moment just simply to honor the practice. Honor the work that you've done. Again, recognizing the benefits that you have bestowed to yourself. And on your next inhale, we'll just let the hands float up and we'll touch the center of the forehead, the third eye.
in a gesture of knowing our truth and bringing the thumbs to the lips, and that we always will speak our truth. And in the hands to the heart, that we will know truth. The light in my heart bows in honors to that same light in yours. Thank you so, so much for coming. I hope you've enjoyed the class. I look forward to seeing you next week. Namaste.